Hey guys, you know what? Today we have a quite sexy, not sexy, but whatever we'll find out topic, and it's about the Amazon account health. Kind of important, kind of. As far as I see, also on my own, maybe not as much put focus on, but for this topic, I'm very, very happy to have Debbie here today from SPC Tech. Debbie, welcome. I'm very, very much looking forward to learning a bit about the Amazon account health and why is it so important, and well, what can you guys do to help make it safe for all the sellers? Debbie, welcome. Give a little bit of a background about you.
Okay, thank you for inviting me today, Sebastian. I enjoyed having you on my podcast earlier. Um, yeah, so my background really comes from mostly Fortune 500 companies and stuff, very corporate. I always thought I was going to be that person who was going to be a VP by the time she was 50 and stuff until I got really into the corporate environment. And I just thought to myself, I cannot be that dysfunctional. Not saying anything about people who are in those corporate positions and stuff. But as you know, being Amazon sellers and e-commerce and stuff, it's a bit more entrepreneurial. And I found myself to be really more entrepreneurial, wanting to really contribute more to the business than just, whatever the CEO's vision was. Have your own vision kind of thing. So after many years of doing that, I went into my own consulting firm and honestly consulted mostly in marketing, social media, etc. I even had a little antique shop for a while that I ran, and I went to work for a gentleman who had a small company, family owned business,
Mhm.
and loved what you're able to do in a smaller business versus a bigger business, the impact that you could make and stuff like that. Eventually, I ended up buying that business with a partner,
Oh,
and my partner that purchased the business with me was in Amazon.
hmm.
And so he started getting me kind of interested in and stuff like that. Eventually, I ended up getting out of that business completely and going into this business with him, just really working with Amazon account sellers. We also do Walmart, eBay, Etsy,
Hmm.
those types of things. And just love working with more people who have that entrepreneurial spirit because that's what I was missing in the corporate world.
Mm. Luckily, there are millions of them out there.
Yes, yes. And I
Literally.
think it's increasing with the younger generation.
Mm.
More of them are saying, why do I want to go work for somebody else when I can be doing this for myself? So, yeah, I'm very excited about working with SPC. I've been with them for over 2 years now, and I'm their director of sales and marketing.
Nice. Fantastic. Thanks for the intro. And if we then directly switch over, Amazon account health, it's one of the topics, I always try to avoid, it's like in the German Verkäuferleistung or Amazon account health. You don't want to look in there. Or right now in Germany, when the GPSR is coming up with all the new regulations about all the products, it's like, oh, it's red everywhere. I need to fill up so much information about the products and everything. But
Yeah, we're
right?
seeing a lot of changes, especially with AI coming in,
Yeah.
about how the keywords are being impacted and stuff like that. And, I know there are a lot of people out there who just don't really like all of everything that AI is taking over. But the honest truth is, AI is not a trend. And so we need to work with the new requirements, policies, and procedures that Amazon's putting out there.
That just reminded me, on the other hand, I may need to go into my account because Amazon is coming out with if you don't respond by this time, AI will take over and create your listing again, right?
Yes, yes.
I
There's
don't
so
know if I
much
want
going
this.
on. No, I'm not saying that we should let AI take everything over. I do think it can be really helpful in helping you see the direction that Amazon wants to go right now, because I think
Mm.
there's a lot of questions there. What is Amazon trying to achieve? And so I think that's where it can be helpful. But I always think you should have a human touch because it's a human customer,
That's
and
correct.
the machine is never going to be able to fully figure out what Debbie is thinking about when I'm trying to place an order on Amazon.
True. Yep. Even though when you look at this, there was it's not even a joke. I think it's a study that some of the algorithms, did they say like 90% or so of the algorithms know a partner of a person better than the partner himself? Which
You
is
know
scary
what? That
when it
is
comes to
scary
Facebook and any
because
everything.
they are taking all of your buying history
Yeah.
and they're creating this profile for you. What they can't, there's a lot of things they can't take into consideration, like, for instance, gift buying.
Mhm.
I do an immense amount of gift buying on Amazon, not for myself, but I have a very large family.
Mhm.
And if somebody says, "Oh man, I really wish I had this," I'm the one that jumps in and says, "Well, let's just get it 2-day delivery," right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
there is a lot that they can't figure out, but I do think they can be helpful.
Yeah, for sure. Let's jump into the topic, Debbie.
Okay.
Amazon account
Right.
health. What
Yeah,
is
I
it
want to
the
share
worst?
with you just a little bit about how SPC Tech looks at Amazon account health and why we think it's really important to, especially going into Q4. There are a lot of things that if you have good Amazon account health that you qualify for, and
Mhm.
if you don't qualify for it,
Mhm.
especially in some of your advertising venues. So that's the reason why right now we're really focusing on the account health and stuff. Let me share my screen with you one moment.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep,
Can
I
you
can
see
see
my
a
screen?
square. Square
Perfect.
weird device, but yes, I can see a PowerPoint presentation.
Okay. Can you see the whole screen or no?
I don't know, but I can see importance of account health for Amazon sellers.
That's it. Okay. Perfect. So, let me just make sure because now there we go. You know, a healthy person who really excels in business, who makes money and achieves goals and just has a great personal life, links most of their success to their well-being. And we kind of think of that similarly as a seller who's achieving really impressive sales and generating revenues, attributing their success, easy for me to say, right? Their success to maintaining a strong Amazon account health.
Mhm.
Now, if you ignore the issues of your Amazon account health, this is where it leads to significant trouble. Much like if you neglect your personal health, it can lead to severe physical problems. Just imagine if you have, whoops, go backwards.
It's a nice storytelling you have there.
I know, I'm sorry, I messed it up here. Um, let's see here.
By from current slide. That's an
Okay,
interesting way to do
yes,
it. Nice.
yeah. Okay, so ignoring your Amazon account issues, everybody's going to know all my secrets after this, Sebastian. Ignoring issues with my Amazon account health really can lead to significant trouble, just like if you ignore personal health problems. Just imagine if you've been ignoring those violations on your Amazon account, and suddenly these notifications are now overwhelming, they're causing stress, and you just suddenly have intense pains in your stomach, your back, your neck. You're feeling them all over, right? Um, so the realization that this is a problem probably only really hits you when you get to the hospital. Now you have to explain all the symptoms to your doctors. And in this scenario, just as a patient might talk about their neck pain that restricts their ability to work or focus on their goals, a seller might talk about their listing restrictions or losing the buy box, which has negatively impacted their sales and caused some financial losses. Now, then, the doctor's going to order some kind of a diagnostic test, an MRI or an X ray, and they're going to uncover all of your hidden health issues that could not be immediately apparent by just looking at you, but they could become problematic in the future. So, Amazon account health experts actually conduct a very thorough audit of your seller account. These audits will reveal any underlying issues, ODR, A to Z claims, policy violations, IP issues, negative feedback, just defective products, anything you can think of. So if these issues don't get addressed in time, then they start to escalate. And now they can potentially lead to a permanent suspension of your Amazon marketplace. And this means that your seller privileges will be revoked and that you will no longer be able to sell products on the platform. So after the diagnosis of all the problems, now the doctor's going to give you a comprehensive treatment plan that will include some medication, dietary changes, exercises, anything to help restore your health. And just like that, Amazon account experts will offer you solutions such as updating your product listings according to best practices, removing some negative reviews, and addressing policy violations. This will help improve your Amazon account health. And once this treatment is completed, now you get to leave the hospital or the clinic. But I think it's really important that you understand that you have to maintain these good health practices. And this is ongoing every month. Monthly checkups are just necessary in order to ensure that your account issues don't reoccur. This principle really applies to your Amazon account as well. Continuously monitoring and proactive management to keep your low ODR or order defect rates. That's really essential for your Amazon seller account, and crucial that you keep your account compliant with the ever-changing Amazon policies. A low ODR indicates that you're providing positive customer experience and that you're adhering to Amazon's policies and standards. Consistently tracking, if you're fulfillment by merchant, consistently tracking and downloading your tracking rates, that type of stuff will help you to protect your account's health and maximize your success on Amazon Marketplace. A healthy Amazon account is crucial in your long-term success on the platform. So if you maintain a positive account health score, you enhance your visibility, you improve your customer satisfaction, you will protect your business, and you unlock additional opportunities for growth. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The first wealth is health." And that's exactly how we believe it is when you have an Amazon account. Just as a human would trust a doctor for your health because they have the experience and the education, you need dedicated experts to manage your Amazon account health as well. These experiences and even some certifications really help you to manage aspects that you might personally find challenging. And so focus on your account health, and this takes attention away from other things that you might need focus on: inventory, order management, customer service, shipping. That's why at SPC Tech, we are an Amazon account health expert. We ensure that your account is compliant with all of Amazon policies, preventing any suspensions and boosting your reputation. A healthy account reduces suspension risks. It improves your customer perception, your revenues, and increases buy box eligibility. Maintaining a healthy Amazon account is just crucial for maximizing sales and revenues. So health is more valuable than money, and you can't enjoy your money if you're not in good health.
Fantastic. I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
seen such a story flow through. I felt like I'm gonna take my laptop, I'm gonna go to the hospital, and I'm just gonna get it all fixed. I mean, that was lovely. I don't think I've ever seen anybody giving such a presentation.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm a little bit of a storyteller.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I guess this helps for sure as well in sales and marketing. Nice.
Yes.
How long is SPC Tech on the market?
Well, so we've been an agency approved by Amazon for over 14 years.
Oh, wow.
So we've
Nice.
been around for a while. And that's one of the things that's important too when you're looking for someone who's going to manage your Amazon account health, is checking to see what, are they preferred Amazon partners? What certifications do they have? How long have they been around? We often get people who come to us with real account issues, maybe even account suspensions, that they had somebody who was maintaining their account. Now all of a sudden that person has disappeared, and they didn't do their due diligence when they were trying to find out what's the best company for me to work with. Because
Mm,
someone says they're an Amazon expert doesn't always mean they are.
mm. Nice. What are the typical things that you usually undiscover? I mean, I know many of the things you can, you think you can quickly do on your own, but then when you look at it, it's like so many things, so many tasks are just taking time away from your daily work, or when you focus on growth, on sales, on anything that's a revenue generating activity, you don't really want to deal with all the things that happen in the background. But what are the most common things that you usually see?
So probably the most common things are what people are putting in their listings. You
Mm,
know, there are a lot of requirements that you can't say you cure cancer. You can say you help with side effects of cancer, or, there are just a lot of things that claims that you can't make that people don't think of. We had a client who, made touch-up paint for cars,
mhm.
right? And so they had this little machine that when you told them it was a 99 Camaro red, whatever, it would make up and create the Chevy paint for you, right? Well, they
Really?
were making claims that they had the Chevy touch-up paint. And when they came to us, they had over 300 listings that had been deactivated.
Ouch.
And mostly it was because it didn't say similar to Chevy
Yeah.
or similar to Ford. It said Ford touch-up paint, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting about that is that they've been selling it for years. And all of a sudden, now Amazon caught them,
Yeah.
right? And so I think what a lot of people don't understand is that Amazon already has their AI bots in the background,
Yeah.
and they're looking for these IP infringements.
Infringements. Hmm.
Yeah, they're looking for this type of stuff. And so it's really important that you understand everything. And I think just recently, Amazon came out with another change in one particular category, especially if you're in a category. It's really important you know what the limitations are within that category because it can make a huge difference. And then the other thing I always tell people is don't ignore Amazon emails. People get the email and they
You
think to
delete
them,
them.
yeah, they think to themselves, oh, okay, I need to take care of that.
Another long email by Amazon.
Yeah, and they do nothing. And I'm always surprised because they'll come to us and I'll say, well, what did you do when you got the email? Well, I
Nothing.
didn't do anything. Yeah, I didn't do anything. And I said, it's like getting a past due bill. Not
Yeah.
paying the bill or not looking at the bill doesn't make it go away. It's
Yeah,
still
that's true.
there and it's going to have worse consequences later. So it's really important if you're getting notifications from Amazon that you're paying attention to those. If you don't completely understand them, then that's when you can get onto a forum or you
Mm.
can get in touch with an expert and find out. Because one of the things that I've found since I started working with more Amazon accounts and stuff is that they're not always clear.
Always. They're never clear. I'm sorry, not the sellers, but Amazon complains. And I mean, here comes maybe the next thing that I wanted to jump in. When something is shut down, every one of you knows, I mean, how great our seller support is. I'm sorry, guys, but it's the worst. It's getting worse and worse and worse, and it takes you weeks to talk to a human being who actually understands your question and gives you an answer to what you need. Most of the time, what I see, you spend a lot of time figuring out what's the problem. I don't even know. Oh, you've done something wrong. Yeah, Amazon, please tell me what. Oh,
Yeah,
here's the guidelines. Thank you. Doesn't help me anything. I don't know what I've done.
yeah.
Okay, point out the thing and I'll correct it. But that's
Yeah,
the
and one of the things that we found because we reinstate a lot of accounts
mm,
is that Amazon almost deliberately doesn't tell you exactly what the problem is because they want you to locate the root cause for your plan of action.
yay.
Well, you know, I understand why they're doing it. They don't want a template out there that everybody can send in to just get reinstated. They want you to make sure that you're talking specifically about your account and stuff, but it's almost cryptic. It's like
Yes.
you almost have to have a decoder to
Yes.
get through the original email to figure out what did I do wrong. And we typically do, before we do any account reinstatements, we do an in-depth audit because a lot of times what the seller is telling us is the primary issue or the root cause isn't. It could be something that went back 6 months ago that
Mm.
you had a couple of dings on, and now you got a third ding, and you think it's something else, and it's not that at all. So it is very difficult when you start to see these notices, but I can tell you the sooner you take care of them, the better.
Yeah. So this is a
Yeah.
good thing. I mean, anybody out there, I guess, who has issues with account reinstatement or product reinstatement, there's not so many agencies out there who do like to deal with those things. You've just outed yourself as one of them. You're one of those geeks, one of those nerds who'd like to deal with those things. So, guys, I would suggest have a look if you have any of those issues. Why not, check out and get in touch with SPC Tech.
We're
Debbie, how
also
to reach
very
you best?
good at ASIN reinstatements.
You are,
Um,
yeah?
yeah, we get a
Mm.
lot of those. I will say about account reinstatement, probably last August, over a year ago, Amazon went through with their bots and they just wiped out a bunch of accounts, all because of what they considered to be inauthentic product. And basically, they don't really believe that the product is inauthentic. Okay. They just don't believe in your supplier of the product. So they want supplier invoices and they want all of
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And then they get to tell you, well, this supplier is not verifiable. Okay. And it's got everything they need on there to verify it. We worked with one account where, I mean, it had their fax number, it had an email. They never contacted the supplier at all. We went to Dun and Bradstreet. We got their listing, their business listing. I mean, if Amazon isn't going to give you a list of here's where you can buy product, then they have these stringent listings on who you can and who they will and will not accept. You know, it is difficult. It's very difficult, but we will do an assessment to begin with and tell you whether or not we think, because it has changed dramatically in the last year. We used to have no difficulty getting accounts reinstated. Amazon has made it much more difficult to
Mm.
get them reinstated.
Yep, can only imagine.
Yeah.
Debbie, how to get best in touch with you?
Well, our website is spctek.com, spctech.com, or you can give us a call, 469-909-2002. And we'd
And
love to work with anyone who has
anybody
health
who's
accounts.
outside the US,
Mhm.
a +1 in front, and then you'll reach Debbie. Nice.
Yes. All
Thank you so
right.
much.
Thank you, Sebastian. Bye now.
Bye bye.